You're welcome back. So throughout this week, there's been a lot of stories that have caught the headlines. And joining me now to look through those stories and what you are saying about them is the lovely Aisha. Hello, Aisha. Always resplendent in yellow.
And
you remind me of the sun.
Yeah, you're looking so beautiful. In fact, I love your outfit. Is it a jacket or some?
It's a jacket.
Something. It's so beautiful.
Let's just say that my fashion designer has ideas.
Okay.
Yeah, styles.
She's got good taste. All right. So you know how to join this beautiful conversation is on facebook.com/joynews-on-TV, and on Twitter is on Joy News on TV. The rule is that we're so moderate, no harsh words. Let's comport ourselves and have a very beautiful conversation. Now, the Ghana Statistical Service has revealed that over 1.2 million Ghanaians above the age of 15 are unemployed. The total unemployed female population constitutes 57.2%, while their male counterparts constitute 42.8%. Now, considering Ghana's population dynamics, where the female population figure dominates that of the male, it even makes the aggregation more an issue to be concerned about. Question: why do you think more women are unemployed as compared to their male counterparts?
I think some of our parents thought the women should not have education because they think if they had education and even if they are employed, after they are married, they become housewives. So they do not need to work. So most of the women are housewives now.
Being employed has just been gender bias. That is all really. You see, you can say that if you have to between a man, then we should really be based on competence in truth, really. But sometimes people think, oh, if I employ a woman today, tomorrow she's going on maternity leave. So do I get someone to build that person or not? Yeah, so I don't think it's based on, people are just being gender biased against women. That is all really.
At first they were saying only men are supposed to go to school also, and the women will be at the kitchen. But nowadays it's not like that. So men were employed and men were educated for a long period of time before women. That's why men are educated.
I think there are more unemployed women than men, basically because of one, the female population outweighs that of the men, and automatically when it comes to opportunities, most of the jobs available now are physical oriented, you know, with the industry, the engineering field, the construction and all that. They involve a lot of men than women. That is why I think we have more, women unemployed.
Interesting. I know some time ago we were battling with the fact that a lot of girl children, you don't find them attaining higher levels of education, but I think we've crossed that border. So if we're all up there with the boys, doing what the boys are doing, reading medicine, reading law, and all those difficult mathematics, then why are we not being employed? Or is it the obvious fact that probably women are more than men?
That could be it, but I also think another factor is access to capital. First of all, for women who want to start their own businesses, yes, they don't have that. And also, I mean, the discrimination still, persists.
I think
so when you go for an interview for a job, businesses are likely to take men than women in some cases.
But other people will differ from this and say that probably if you're all on the same pedestal and because you're a woman, probably you are
Aisha, it would interest you to know that sometimes they use all sorts of, flimsy excuses.
Elimination tactics.
Exactly. I mean, they'll say men don't have menstrual periods, and so
they don't get
have
pregnant,
them, giving excuses for not coming to work. But then there are lots of comments on our Facebook page. Let's read some of them. Akoto Ernest Mensah writes, very, very bad for a country that is developing. No one seems to bother about the current state of the youth. All issues concerning the future of the youth have been left unattended. Frivolous and unnecessary matters have been the preoccupation of our leaders. In my opinion, it's a recipe for disaster. So, Akoto Ernest, are you responding to this topic we posted, or these are your own thoughts? Charlotte Kwabia Anson writes, because most women are lazy. Really, Charlotte?
Oh, no,
and
Charlotte.
depend on their beauty to get income from men. Also, a boy and a girl would have sex in school, and when there's pregnancy, most of the women find it difficult to continue schooling, whereas the effect on the men is not huge enough to make them drop out. Lastly, most parents still do not see the need of investing in girl-child education. That's your opinion. Pil Leonard says, the fact is that women outnumber men in the world over. So if you take a ratio of women to men, it's almost like 1 man to 5 women. It's therefore not surprising if the women category in the unemployment sector outnumbered their male counterparts. Okay. Hadora Mystical Brima writes, more women are employed. They always want to depend on men if ... Well, they don't like to venture into businesses or schooling, although they are the majority, so I'm not surprised.
Well, Frederick Chelsea Noy says, because there are more women in Ghana than men, this can automatically happen. But also, don't forget that most of our women are nursing mothers, and some don't find it lucrative to do paying jobs after delivery because of the job it comes with. However, he goes on and on. I think the point has been made. All right. Also, this is Ghana, you know, where we never run out of news. You must have heard that one of our favorite actors, whom some of you now identify as a political activist, is caught up in a serious allegation. Now, John Dumelo, yes, one of Ghana's finest actors, is alleged to have in his possession 2 state-owned V8 vehicles, which he has been trying to conceal. Well, there's also news he has given out one of these vehicles to his girlfriend. I mean, a lot more stories making rounds over this issue, but the interesting thing is that most Ghanaians still love John Dumelo, one of Ghana's finest gentlemen. Well, while some think it is a dent on his image, others are those who feel, look, he has already made his name and therefore cannot be distracted by some of these things. The question I ask, what do you make of the situation?
My own opinion, I think he has already made his name. And Ghanaians, we jump into conclusion than even getting the facts before we talk. And I believe that this thing can never tarnish his image. But he's going to maintain his image, and even more people will even like him through that if they actually realize that the fact is that he has nothing to do with the alleged allegation against him.
No, I don't think so, because John is already a star. And John was a star before he joined politics. So being in the possession of a state car wouldn't damage his image because he's already made it. He can even buy that car. So what is the sense in it? I don't think it will make any impact on him.
Oh, definitely it's going to affect him negatively. Because you being a celebrity, you being loved by the people, it's the people that made you. If you're a celebrity, seriously, it's the fans that made you. And you being a celebrity, get yourself involved in politics, definitely you're going to lose some of your fans. Fine, you've made it known to us that you belong to this party, so all your fans that belong to the other party, they'll begin not to like you like they used to. And here comes the situation whereby you've been involved in this car, whatever scandal. Fine. Now you see, you are going to spoil your name. Definitely, all those who used to like you will be like, this guy, you know, so you know Ghanaians. They will say all sort of things to you about you. But so in my opinion, I think it's going to tarnish his image as John Dumelo or his international brand, he being his clothing line and anything. It's going to tarnish his image. It's going to affect him negatively.
Yeah, a scandal is a scandal, no matter who you are. So with this, you can see most of his fans will not like to see something like that. So it will have an impact on his brand as John Dumelo. As an actor, we all know. Getting yourself involved in such things like a car scandal, you, John Dumelo, you are bigger than a car. So getting yourself involved in such things can make people look down like upon you, yeah, as a person.
All right, interesting comments there. That's not all. A lot more comments are on Facebook.
Indeed. Nana Kwame Nyame says, it's better he's been caught and the car retrieved, and same of his girlfriend is yet to be retrieved. And anything aside that to his career and personality is unimportant to Ghanaians. All we want is a Ghanaian state property safeguard. He can't take shortcuts to greatness, and premature promotions always come with uncertainties. Man must work harder and toil to acquire greatness. You cannot promote yourself in the journey of life until the expected time. He should lay low and rebuild himself again and polish out. He has easily faded out. Well, that's a bit confusing, but Akunyere Maxwell writes, for me, I think he is not done well for keeping the vehicles. Let's bear in mind, people, that it hasn't been established that he has vehicles in his custody. This is an allegation that's going around. So Akunye says that yes, he's made his name, but it is one thing that will take away that good name he made. He did not also do well for not responding to the earlier announcement that was made some weeks ago. And Nana Kwabena Trump says, you said name. What name are you talking about?
John
We only know his name associated with numerous ladies he has duped. I think that's unfair.
That's unfair.
Anytime you mention his name, what comes to mind is, well, I'm not going to mention that, but well, we can't verify that.
And Brian Brown says, I think that if indeed John Dumelo had good intentions when entering politics, he wouldn't even have accepted any vehicle to campaign for a good cause. Alonso Asari says he's definitely a descendant of one of the two who was crucified with Christ, dismantling, remodeling, and respring state-owned vehicle for the way. Hashtag well, I really can't get
no,
what
essentially people are just calling him a thief on social media,
but
which is a bit unfortunate.
It's still allegations,
yeah,
so until we establish that fact, it
exactly,
will be unfair to ring those kind of names on him. But finally, it's a Friday. Let's talk about matters of the heart. And of course, if there's anything eating us up, it's certainly relationship matters. You know that. Now, you know how heartbreaking it is to find your partner whom you love so much involved in an intimate relationship with someone else, right? It's even more painful when the unsuspecting partner is so committed to the relationship, making it very difficult to bear. Well, I know there are so many reasons why people cheat. So I need us to have that conversation, and we must start it by you telling me why people cheat in relationships.
When the partner is not showing much love, or the person, the lady or the guy is cheating with has something much more than the partner has, so that turns them to cheat.
Your girlfriend or your lover doesn't give you a correct sex, and then mostly the things that you're supposed to do to you, it doesn't do it. She doesn't do it. So when you go out there and you meet another woman, and who gives you everything that you need.
People cheat maybe because the partner is not performing well in bed. And then maybe, as my brother said, long distance relationship can also be, an example. Because if I'm in Accra and my partner is in Kumasi, and maybe because as a gentleman, by all means, you'll be in the mood. So what happened then?
Maybe he wants to see somebody who is active in bed and whatever. And others too, for instance, for a lady, she might want somebody who gives. So if she meets somebody who is a miser, or no, somebody who doesn't want to give, no, it depends, it becomes a problem.
All right, interesting comments on the streets.
But Aisha, what would force you to cheat on somebody?
A lot. But I feel that cheating, why don't you rather move on? Just end it and move on. But sometimes it's interesting. Probably the person may have one thing you want, so you don't want to let him go, but you need something else. So then you think that cheating. But I think that if you feel the pot is too hot, just let it go and move on. I feel that's
great answer. Great answer. Okay, on Facebook, these are some of the responses. Kwesi Boateng writes, most people may see cheating as having extramarital affairs, but cheating goes way beyond that. In one way or the other, we lie to our partners for a reason best known to us, and equally, that amounts to cheating. Wow, interesting. Stephen Ayegogu writes, people cheat because they don't get the satisfaction they need. If they're fully satisfied, they won't cheat anymore.
Some people are Oliver Twist. They get everything, yet they still want more.
All right. McLean Shego writes, people cheat because of the law of diminishing marginal returns. Negative after point of saturation.
Really? Yeah.
And Yosin Togo says, yes, people cheat because of disloyalty, sexual dissatisfaction, and many more. And Guido de Banga Ghana writes, people cheat because they want the easy way out of their problems.
Well, that's so interesting comments on the street.
Yeah,
and
Sana Mohammed also writes that there's no reason for cheating. She believes that there's no reason for cheating, but
of course,
I mean, there must be a reason for which people cheat.
Yes. But I mean, I think what he wants to say is that there's no justification for cheating. Probably that's the point he wants to make, because truly there's no justification. Why do you want? I mean, if you're not getting it here and you know you'll get it here, just let me know and then you move on. That's it. Okay. So let's